So let's talk about some homeless tips that you could do if you are homeless or if you're about to be homeless. One of the first tips I have for you is going to sound crazy, but you want to find out when bulk day is in your city. And before bulk day, you want to go out and you want to look inside of the trash and you want to see how good valuables that people are throwing out, and you can pawn those valuables later on the next day. So basically around 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, I know it's kind of sketchy, but a lot of people will throw out their nice items that they no longer want. You know, maybe a golf ball set, or maybe a tennis set, or maybe a painting or something, tools that no longer work. And if you're a homeless person, you would know that if you take those valuables and go to a pawn shop, you'll be able to pawn those. Even if you get $5, if you get 20, the most pawn shops that will give you nowadays are probably like $75. And I told this story many times, but I'll say it once again. There's one guy found a bunch of rusted tools inside of a trash, and he took it out the trash, came in the pawn shop, and it was about 5, 6, 7 tools. It was all rusted, so it was different brands too, and they gave him $70 for that. So just imagine if you found something very valuable in a pawn shop, they're gonna lowball you, and let's say they give you $50. That's better than nothing. $50 nowadays can go a long way, especially if you're on the street. Now this tip is for the ladies out there. I know I'm not a woman, but still, ladies, I care about you, so I'm gonna give this tip to you. You can go inside of public restaurants, you can go inside fast food restaurants, even mom and pop, or even like a gas station or something, and you can get the napkins, a bunch of them, the napkins and the tissue. No, it's not stealing. You're just going in there because you need it. It's natural. And you can use that as lady products. You know what I mean? When you have your cycle, ladies, you want to go ahead and put that napkin under there so it soaks up the blood, or, you know, whatever is happening with you. And a lot of these restaurants, gas stations, fast food places, they won't care. If you're a woman, you know that happens to you. It's natural, and you don't want to walk around with stained, bloody clothes. So make sure that you take advantage of the napkins, of the free tissues that are in this place. Even if you walk in, you don't buy nothing, just grab a few. You don't need to grab the whole thing, and just have some on you at all times, because you already know how nature is, and you don't want your clothes to keep getting messy and you have to go to the laundromat over and over and over. So ladies, please do not be ashamed of using the free napkins and tissue out there as lady products. Let's get into the third tip. Try to wear 2 to 3 layers of clothes and hide your money in the secret pockets and inside of your socks. So for example, you want to wear like one slim pants and then another baggy pants over it, or a cargo pants. And then for your shirts, you want to have one shirt with a pocket or a hidden pocket, and then you can wear like a light coat. It all depends on what weather you're in. If you're like in upstate New York and it's winter time, you want to have more layers on. But if you're like down in, you know, Georgia or something, you want to make sure that you're wearing something light, and you want to make sure that it also have pockets as well, so you can hide your money. Because even if you're homeless, that doesn't exempt you from being stolen from. People steal from people all the time. So make sure you're putting your money, your social security card, and your private documents inside of these secret holes, these secret pockets. Even if you gotta cut a pocket or cut a hole and stitch it up, if you're a craftsman or craftwoman like that, go ahead and do that. But always have your valuables hidden inside of you. 2 to 3 layers. Another tip I have for you, you can go to Dollar Tree or Family Dollars and get baby wipes, and use those wipes to clean your underarm or your private area, just in case you cannot get a shower for that day. So what I mean by that is just go in there, get the cheapest baby wipes as possible that's for your skin, and you want to just wipe down your areas that usually is going to stink if you cannot get a shower. Because I know all of you cannot sometimes afford a gym membership, or a lot of you don't want to go to the beach and go shower over there. That's okay, but the baby wipes, they are scented, and a lot of them, they're actually pretty cheap, so you smell real good. You just get 2 or 3 of those. You don't want to get too much because they do weigh a lot. Get 2 or 3 packs and just use that and use it on your face, so at least you're smelling fresh and you're looking fresh, and you don't have that musty smell to you, because people will judge you off the way you smell. So make sure that you keep clean with those baby wipes, and you got to do what you got to do. I know people are going to say, oh, why are you taking baby wipes? We got to use that for the children. I understand that, but at the end of the day, they don't want you walking around smelling dirty either. So it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Make sure you keep a pair of wipes on you and smell fresh every day. The next tip I have for you is apply to every single job. Even if they say you need a degree, even if they say you need this certificate, you need that, that's all a lie. Anybody that knows HVAC, a lot of the HVAC companies out here, especially in Florida, they would say you need an EPA, or you need a type 1 this or type 2 that. That's all a lie. It doesn't matter. Just keep applying to jobs. I'm not saying lie on these jobs and say you have your certificate. I'm just saying If they say you need a master's degree and you don't have a master's degree, apply anyway, because there's a lot of ghost jobs out here. There are a lot of jobs that just act like you need to have this, you need to have that, but they're only going to pay you, what, 15 bucks an hour, 17 bucks an hour? I mean, like, come on. It doesn't matter what skill you have, apply anyway, as long as you have a job. If you are homeless and you have a job, I'm going to say this, you are blessed more than 50% of people, because a lot of people who are sometime homeless, they don't have a job at all. So if you have a job and you're homeless, you're one step ahead, and just keep moving forward in life. Now, the next tip that I have for you is make sure you change your socks frequently, because nasty old socks or wet socks, they can cause sores on your feet and it will hurt. Talk to any person who's been homeless for more than about 2 years and they walk. I'm talking about homeless people on feet. They will tell you socks, socks, socks. Socks are very important. If you are walking around with the same old socks for 4 days in a row, you are going to have bad feet. You're going to have fungus. You're going to have nasty ingrown toenails. It's just going to be disgusting. You do not want to walk around in the same socks over and over and over. Make sure you're changing your socks every day, or if you can, make sure you're changing them every 12 to 15 hours or something like that, because having the same socks on will be very detrimental to your health, and you do not want that, because your feet are very important. If you're not driving in a vehicle and you're walking on your feet, take care of your feet. Now, the next tip I have for you, and I know this is going to sound mad crazy, but if you're over the age of 21 years old, you want to have, well, at least one pack of cigarette on you. Now, hear me out, and I do not commend you doing drugs. I don't say you should do it. No, you should not do drugs at all. Hear me out. If you're 21 and you have a pack of cigarettes, you want to keep one on you and you want to offer it to other crazy homeless people or to a person who is tweaker. And what that means is that's a escape route. So if you see them going crazy or they're acting out of control, you just say, hey man, here's a cigarette. And 9 times out of 10, if you offer them a cigarette, they're going to take it and they're not going to want to fight you, because who wants to fight and harm a person who just gave them a cigarette? A lot of cigarettes to them are like medicine. It calms them down. And plus you are being kind to them. So I have heard homeless people say this, especially on Reddit. They're like, yeah, that works, that tip. So like I said, if you're over 21 and you can buy the cheapest cigarette, and you can just use that as an escape route anytime. Like if there's a tweaker come around you, or if another homeless person trying to fight you, you just, hey, calm down. I got a cigarette. Here, smoke. And then leave that situation ASAP. Especially if you're a woman, just offer it to the dude. He's gonna, smoke, do what he got to do, and then just book it. Not, I'm saying walk fast or run away. I'm not saying you got to scream and wild out. No, but a cigarette in a situation is called de-escalation. I know it sounds crazy. I know a lot of you are probably going to shun me for this tip. You're going to say, why would I waste money on drugs? I understand that, but that is just a one way how to de-escalate a situation and how to get out of a scary, sketchy environment. The next tip is you want to walk fast or look busy so people don't suspect that you're homeless, especially if you don't have a backpack on you. If you have a place to store your backpack, whether it's a gym locker, a friend house, or you store it in the woods somewhere, you want to look busy so that troublemakers won't mess with you. A lot of troublemakers, if they think you're homeless, they're going to mess with you. So if you look like you know where you're going and you're walking with your chest up and your head held high, people be like, oh, that person knows what they're doing, and they won't mess with you at all. And that's how you can just avoid conflict. Does it work all the time? No, but at least it's like camouflage. You know what I mean? It's better to have camouflage than no camouflage. Now, the next tip I want to get into is never, ever, ever tell somebody where you sleep. It doesn't matter if they're trying to be your friend. It doesn't matter if they're a stranger. It doesn't matter if they're newly homeless. Do not tell them where you lay your head. And the reason why you don't want to tell them where you lay your head is, number one, sabotage. Number two, they can try to come near your area and then they invite somebody else, and then that person invites somebody else, and the next thing you know, you're in a homeless camp. And then the third option is they can harm you. You do not want that person to come over and try to do anything to you, trying to sabotage your place or trying to invite other people over there and make a whole big crowd. Stay low key. If you're sleeping on a roof, no one should know you're on a roof. Stay away from that person. If they're trying to follow you, just be like, hey man, it's time to go. I'm gonna go hunker down. And then you split route and you go your own way and stay camouflaged, stay hidden, and do not let that person see where you are going. I'm telling you, if you share where you sleep, you are putting yourself in danger. It doesn't matter if you're male, doesn't matter if you're female. Do not tell other people, whether they are homeless or not, where you sleep. Keep it low key. Another tip that I have for you is walk on the sidewalk facing traffic at night. Just in case something happens, somebody can see you and they can help you much, much faster. For example, let's say you're walking on the side where there's no traffic facing you and somebody do something. Most people, they got to keep going. They're not going to want to stop, because if they stop, another car behind them might hit them, or they'll just like, oh, well, I guess that person is getting harmed. But if you're walking on the sidewalk with the traffic facing you and you can see driver's face, most likely they're going to try to save you, because they're like, oh man, that person's right here. I can just stop and go help you. And a lot of people, if you make eye contact with them and they're driving, they'll be a little bit more self-conscious. They're like, oh, that person is being attacked. Let me go help them. So make sure that you are facing traffic at walking at night, especially if you are a smaller person who can't really defend yourself, because you want that good Samaritan to hop out their vehicle ASAP, or not promoting violence, but even them, they can take their vehicle and hit that person who's trying to assault you and help save the day. So that's another tip. Now, my last bonus tip that I have for you guys, if somebody is chasing you, doesn't matter how big they are, how small they are, go inside of a business. Doesn't matter if it's a mom and pop, doesn't matter if it's a big corporation. And the reason why you want to run into a business is because they have cameras, they'll have other customers, and they'll probably have the owner or the workers there. Run inside of these business and just say, hey, that person's trying to harm me, they're trying to mug me, they're trying to do whatever, this and that to me. And a lot of people, if they're a good Samaritan, will either hop in, they will call the police, or if that person who was trying to harm you run away, at least the camera will catch their face, and then you can start putting up, you know, you can go to the police and put out a wanted sign for that person because they're trying to commit a crime. So always, always, always be alarmed, watch out for your surroundings, and go inside of a big business or small business, because they have cameras and that can help save your life and help save other people's lives as well. Don't be scared. You're not a snitch. None of that. You're a good person. So with that being said, these are all the tips that I have for you. If you are homeless, make sure that you take heed. Share this video to your friends and family out there. I want to just apologize once again. I know I have not been uploading like the way I should be. I've been really busy in life. Life has been good to me. I've been really busy with my business, and honestly, real life is really better than social media right now. And I don't say that in a disrespectful way. I still think of you guys 100%. I love every single one of you. Life is very, very good, and I just hope that your life becomes better and better and better. I still love this YouTube journey. I'm gonna have more videos out. Like I said, if you want me to interview you, if you have a story you want to tell on this channel, if it has to do something with homelessness or your career, because that is the main focus of this channel, is to put out homeless tips and show homeless people there is a way out, and then also to show you that there's different careers and different ways how to make money out here. You know what I mean? So just continue to live life, trust God, trust Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I love every single one of you. Make sure you stay humble, make sure you stay positive. Please make sure you stay safe out there. God bless you. I love you, and peace out.